Hello and welcome. In last video, we have created an identity server. There we were able to create JWT token using username and password. So if I run this application, so this application is running on 7163 port. And if I go to my postman and send a request on the same port number and giving the correct endpoint name here, that is identity/authenticate, and passing down the valid username and password and click on send, I'm getting a JWT token here. Now in this video, let's create our main application. In that we will be using this JW token, and based on this token we will be authenticating the requests that are coming to our web API. In this solution we already have this app.identity. Okay, so this is basically responsible to create the token. So I will right click on my solution and I will say add, and I will click on new project, and I will again add an API project, and I will call it app.main because this is our main project. This project will be having the APIs that we will be securing using the JWT token. So I will click on next here, and I will keep everything as default and click on create. So this will create a web API project for me. Now let's try to run this API project. Now if I see my project is running at 7052, now go to postman, create a new get request, and let's use this URL, right? And let's see the endpoint on which this is running. I'll go to controller, and so basically this is my controller name and this is my get request. So I can copy this controller name here and put it here, right, and send it. I'm getting the data, right? Because there is no authentication that we are using. Our API is not secured currently. Anyone can come and hit this URL and get the data, right? So as part of this video, we are going to secure this web API so that we will only allow the user who are sending a valid token that is generating here. So user need to send that particular token in the request. Only then we will allow the user to get this data. Now to make our API secure, we need to use authentication method right here. We need to add the authentication in the program.cs class. Once controllers are added, we need to add the authentication here. So I'll say builders dot services dot add authentication. So I am using this add authentication method here, but I have not specified how this authentication should work. To tell .NET how this authentication should work, I need to specify some parameters here. Basically, I need to specify the authentication scheme. And to specify the authentication scheme, we need to use a library. So let's right click on dependency and click on manage NuGet packages and search for JWT again. And this time we need to use this package that says microsoft.aspnetcore.authentication.jwt bearer. Click on install. Okay, I'm receiving some error here because I think this 10 version is not applicable because we are using .NET 9. So let's change the version here to, let's say, 9.0.4 and try to install this. Click on apply, accept, and the package is installed. Now you see I have this JWT bearer package here. Okay. Now in this add authentication method, we need to specify how the authentication should work. So let's see how we can do that. We need to pass an action here using a lambda method, right? And on this, we need to specify this scheme. So I'll say x dot default authentication scheme. That will be equal to JWT bearer defaults dot authentication scheme, because I'm going to use JWT token for this authentication. So this particular scheme we need to specify here, right? Second thing, we need to specify a default challenge scheme. And again, I will use the JWT bearer defaults, and I will use the same authentication scheme for our challenge scheme also. Right. Once that is done, on this add authentication, I need to call add JWT bearer, right? And this JWT bearer will again take an action. So let's specify using the a lambda expression here. And basically here we need to specify the properties that we have mentioned in our identity server. If you see the app.identity project here, while creating this token, we have specified some properties. So same way we need to specify some properties when authenticating the token also. So the first property is require HTTPS metadata, right? So let's set it to false. Second one is save token. So save token means once you have successfully authorized, we can store the token in the authentication properties. So let's do one thing. Let's give it true. So let's save the token, right? And now we need to specify some token validation parameters, and that we need to set it to a new instance of token validation parameters. Right, we can remove this extra namespaces from here, and this one will come from a namespace. So do a control dot here, and we'll use this particular namespace here. Now the compilation error is gone, and now we can specify the properties here. First property that I want to specify is validate issuer sign key. So basically this will validate the key which we have specified while creating this project. So this signature that we created, right? So basically we want to validate if this signature is valid or not here. And to validate that signature, we should know the private key also that was used to create that particular token. So I need to say issuer signing key equal to, and I need to specify the same thing that I have specified here, right? Numismatic key. So this particular key we should specify in our authentication also. So let me say new symmetric security key, and that will be the encoded format. So encoding will come from system.text namespace. Here we need to use ASCII, and I need to use get bytes, and I need to pass the key that we have specified there. So there we were using the key from the app settings. So let's do one thing, copy this key from here and put it in our main project also. Right, once that is done, we can get this key in our program.cs. So this particular line will read the value of key from the app settings and store it in this variable. So this key we are passing it here. Now we have specified the key also. So we basically using this key we will validate the signature of the token. Next thing that we can say is to validate issuer. Let's set it to also true. Right, and we need to specify who is the valid issuer here, and we need to say app.identity. If you notice here, when creating the token we have specified this issuer here. So we can specify this is the our valid issuer. It will be app.identity, and let's validate the audience also. So I will say validate audience, that is also true, and I need to specify the valid audience here. That will be audience that will be specified here, app.main. So I'll put it here. Once that is done, it means our authentication is added to our application, but we are not using this authentication in our controller. So let's go to our controller class, that is weather forecast controller, and here decorate this class with authorize keyword. Now any method that is available in this particular class will require a valid token, then only we can access that endpoint. Now if I again run my application, and if I go to Postman and try to send the request again, you can notice we are receiving 401 unauthorized. That is because now we have to send a valid token to our application, else this will not work. Else if we send this request again, we will get this 401. Now what we need to do to get the data? To get the data, now I need to specify a valid authorization header. So I need to come to headers, and here I need to specify authorization header. I need to specify a bearer keyword here, and after a space I need to specify the JWT token, the token that we have generated here. So let's copy this token here and paste it right here, and now again try to send this request. If I send the request again, I am getting the data. So now basically our endpoints are secure, and every request that is coming should have this valid token, else the authentication will fail and we will receive 401. And let's say if someone is trying to tamper this token, let's say I'll add 1 here and send it, I will again get 401 because this time this token will not get validated and will receive this authorization error. Okay, and but if I correct this token again and send the request back, I'll again get the data as expected. So that's it for this video, guys. In this video we have understood how we can utilize the token that was created using the identity server. If we recap what we have done in this video, you can see in the program.cs class we have used this add authentication method first, and we have specified the authentication scheme and the challenge scheme, and after it is done we have called add JWT bearer method here we have specified how we need to validate the token and what things we need to validate. So I have specified require HTTPS metadata as false, save token as true, token validation parameters. I have specified we need to validate the signing key, and this is basically the key that we are using, that is our private key, right? And I have specified I need to validate the issuer true, and this is the valid issuer. And I have also said I need to validate the audience, and this is my valid audience. After that is done, we have used this authorization in our controller by using this authorized keyword on top of the class. Instead of decorating this at top of class, you can specify this on top of each action method also, which you want to make secure. Right, once all those things are done, we run our application, go to Postman, and we need to specify a valid authorization header here that will have the bearer keyword, and after the space we need to specify the JWT token, and we need to click on send and we'll get the data back.